Russell Crowe apparently will not be charged with battery over a scuffle with rapper Azalea Banks.
Well, here to discuss is Heidi Hamilton from the Frosty, Heidi and Frank Show and Dish Nation. So nice to have you here.
Thanks. Look at this girl party that's happening.
I love
it. I like it.
Well, we're talking about one-time bad boy because Russell Crowe, but off the hook this time. Some of us remember when he threw that phone and used it like a frisbee.
So he's a bit of a temper.
Yeah.
But in this case, there's no charges filed, and it was a crazy story a couple of months ago. It was Russell Crowe and a bunch of his friends, or some musician friends, and they were listening to music in a hotel room in Beverly Hills, and Azalea Banks ends up in this hotel room. She was invited by somebody who was invited by Russell Crowe. So it was essentially, she was a plus one. They're listening to music. All of a sudden, she gets very belligerent. She's starting to threaten people at the party. She picks up a wine glass at one point and is threatening to cut this girl's face. And it was just absolute chaos. And Russell Crowe, since it was his room, and I guess he felt obligated because it's, you know, when it's your party or your gathering, you're like, I've got to take control of this. So the only thing that he knew to do to get her out of that room is just put her in a bear hug and kind of lift her up and get her out of the room. So as he did that, she's claiming that he used, there were some racial epithets used, that he spit on her, and there were witnesses saying that didn't happen, that he did grab her like a bear and
but
get her out.
the initial report was that he did all these actions. And then the responses came and the defense of him came. So now we have more of the court's ruling.
But even the guy that brought Azalea Banks to the party says, he didn't do those things. Like, he didn't, he was not in the wrong. And I don't know if it's a drug and alcohol thing with Azalea. I don't know if it's a mental illness thing, a manic thing, whether she, you know, has ups and downs. I'm not sure what the story is, but Russell Crowe's off the hook for this one. And imagine, I mean, we've all had parties where maybe something goes crazy and you're like, how do I get this person to, you know, to leave? And I think it's tough for a guy in a situation if a girl is being like that. It's like, as a man, you can't push, you can't grab, so what do you do? And he did what he thought was the best thing to do.
He was actually kind of innovative about how he removed her from the party without really touching her in a way where she could say she got slapped or something.
Exactly. So he did the best thing that he could do, and they found him not guilty of battery.
His reputation, though, when this came out, you know, you're like, Russell, you know,
he got,
it was a bad incident.
And by the way, and I've said this before, like, this was going on at 3 in the morning. That's why I'm usually never anywhere past 11 p.m. because no good comes to that. I'm like, no, come on, let's wrap it up. Let's go home. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. No good is going to come.
You're on that morning schedule.
A whole new side of you, Heidi. We thought you were out till very late.
No, I'm like, it's 9:30 at night. Listen, it's so late. Listen,
Says
we got
the morning person.
So we want to talk about Kanye and Kim because Page 6 has been saying through Kanye's camp that he's ready to call the wedding off because he thinks this relationship is going to damage him.
There are a lot of rumors that they're done.
Do you believe it? Because in some ways they seem very tight. She's been right by his side when this latest thing about
he was right by her side. I mean, I think he was in the middle of the concert when she got robbed in Paris, and he was like, I gotta go take care of my family. So the thing is, and we talked about this morning on the Frosty and Frank Show, is that let's say that they were having problems. Now that there's something going on, like he ended up in the hospital, well, she certainly can't leave now. You know, even if they were having problems, you got to sort of sit by his side, you know, while he's battling whatever it is that he's battling. Do I think it's over? I mean, I don't think so. I think there's always rumors about couples in Hollywood, but their camp is saying, no, we're absolutely fine. Kanye's back home from the hospital. He's resting. They went to a friend's house recently for dinner, so he's getting out and about. They had like a couple's night in for dinner. So they seem to be doing okay, but he's not ready to go back to work full time. So there's just something going on there.
Is she with him and the kids? Are they all together, do you know?
From my understanding, yeah, they were all together. They had the friends. They went to a friend's house for like a couple's dinner, and so they're out. They're not out and like going out in public to restaurants, but they are going out together as a couple. So who knows? But like I said, even if they were on the rocks, once he ended up in the hospital, it's like, well, I can't make that announcement now. I got to kind of stick with him through this. So
all right. Always great to chat with you.
Thank you.
I hope you stay up later than 9 tonight.
Maybe a little
Friday night, do something. You can hear Heidi every morning on Frosty, Heidi, and Frank, weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. on 95.5 KLOS. You can see her weeknights at 6:30 and 11:30 on Dish Nation, right here in Fox 11. She's working. That's why you don't see her out and about.
That's right. I know.
You're working so hard.
No, up early. Boring girl.
Our musical is expected to be one of the biggest hits on the holiday movie season. We talked to the